We're out here doing a little bit of scouting this morning at the McDonald's. I don't know if you can see it over there. There's a deer standing right there and over there. We're on them. Open up that, yeah, it's recording. Open up that SD card. All right, we're back on East Tennessee, public land. Going to be going into around the same area that we came last time, but we're about, what do you think, Aaron? About a mile?
I'd say close to a mile.
A little less than a mile, maybe, as a crow flies from where we'd scouted last time. But this is where Aaron dropped me off back in November last year, and I had no idea where I was going, and I walked about a half a mile up this ridge system here and watched this little bowl back here in this it was like November 29th, and I just ripped mine open. Yeah, you got to put it inside we're putting SD cards together. But I ended up shooting a really nice 9-pointer up here during rifle season. Came in hot on a doe, but as we were dragging the 9-pointer out, we noticed tons of rubs and scrapes way back in this bottom. So we're going to be going back today to hang some trail cameras and scout a little bit farther deeper in, and we'll see what we can find back here. This might be a better spot than over there. It's a lot easier to get to, that's for sure. But we'll talk as we get up through the woods here. We're going to put the rest of these trail cameras together, and we'll get back on there. Okay, so we've made it about 200 yards back in here, so we just come across this mud hole here, and look at this frog. He can barely move. As you can see, me and Aaron are both in flannels this morning. It's September 10th, but I think it got down in the low 40s last night, which is crazy. Or mid 40s probably, which is crazy for right now. And that frog can barely move where he's so cold. But yeah, it's yeah, last week it was 90 degrees. We're still in a drought, no rain for probably a month and a half, and you can definitely tell everything is just dead. But we've gotten a major like cold front in here, or a cold snap. But we probably won't be doing much sweating today, even though we're going to be walking pretty far. But it feels great out here. It's still in the low 50s right now. We made it about another couple hundred yards, and we looked up here, and there's a little flat off the left side of the logging trail, and we found a scrape from last year. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a little bit more kicked out, but you can see all the branches are snapped off right there above it. If we can't find a place to put all the cameras deeper back in here by the time we come out, we might throw one up on that scrape. It looks like an old community scrape or something. But dang, is it a bear, you think? Yeah, probably. We found another, I guess it's like a hemlock or some sort of evergreen tree here.
Man, there's branches freshly broken.
There's branches cut all the way. Branches broke all the way up to there. Can definitely tell we're back in bear country again. We found this tree we was looking at. The bottom's like, you can tell something's like been around the bottom of it. And then this is how tall I am. And then look at the you can see where he clawed it there. Just split off from Aaron just a little bit. I just wanted to come up here and look at this little tiny, there's a deep creek right here to my right. And I shot my 9-pointer, I believe. I shot my 9-pointer somewhere like right over there. And I'll put a picture of them. I'll crop a picture into the video here of of that buck, but I'm pretty sure I shot him somewhere like right over here. I was on a ridge up there looking down into this stuff, and he come trailing a doe straight off the top, right down here into this bottom area, and I ended up shooting him at like 50 yards with a 30-30 or with a 35 Remington. But I come up here on this little tip here just to see, because I could hear acorns falling like crazy up here. And I think I may have just found a decent sized rub right here. Finding a lot of bear sign around these acorns. Looks like a good, yeah, see. There's you can hear them falling in here like crazy. Little bear poop right there. We're thinking these acorns are coming off these chestnut oaks, which aren't as good as like a white or red, but if that's all the deer has to eat, then that's all they have to eat. Okay, god dang, what is that? Freak me out. But I'm gonna try to get back here with Aaron real quick. Okay, so we got into this. This might be where they're crossing right here. We got into this saddle here that we were trying to get to way back here in the back, and we got here and it's thick as crap. So like, I don't even know if you could bow hunt it if you wanted to. It's so thick. But there's deer definitely moving through it. There's trails and stuff. It's just, might have to wait till rifle or something to try to catch them funneling through this saddle here. But we're gonna drop down, but it drops down and then goes around to another deeper saddle right over there that we're gonna go check out. Maybe there'll be a little bit more sign in that one. So we just came down the holler a little bit and tried to connect into this. You can sort of see it, this little saddle right here. And as we were coming down this old logging road right here, we come up and there's a really, really nice scrape kicked out right here underneath this licking branch here. The licking branch is dead, sadly, so it'll probably be broken off really easy. But yeah, there's a really big scrape right here. Looks like it might have a couple deer tracks in it. But we're gonna walk down here. If we can't find anything better to throw the camera on in the actual saddle part, we're gonna come back up here and throw a camera on this. So, but also there's a couple rubs right there, and a rub over there. So right here, there's more concentrated buck sign. Looks like an old rub right here. More concentrated buck sign right here versus back up there where we were just coming from. There was more bear sign than anything up there. But let's walk off down into the saddle and see if we can find anything else a little bit better. Found a great spot for like a rut funnel rifle spot. I'm definitely gonna come in here and I'm definitely gonna come in here and hunt this probably late November, just because you can see this whole ridge, and then it funnels. There's an old logging road that comes through, and it funnels right through. It goes into the bottom and then straight up the ridge. There's deer trails coming off there. There's Aaron down there, and it funnels straight through here. That big scrape's right over there, and then there's deer trails, multiple deer trails going over and then crossing into this bottom here and going down the ridge. You could see all these points coming down into this one draw here. And also, I was standing here telling Aaron how good of a spot this would be to sit, and I turn around and somebody had made them I don't know what that is, but somebody had made them a ladder at one time, probably 20 years ago, maybe longer. I don't even know what those are, but they put them way up in the tree, and I had to guess they probably had a tree stand up there at one point. But I'm gonna walk up here and just see what's up here, and then we'll probably work it. We'll probably put a camera down in this bottom here on that scrape, but we'll definitely be back in here to hunt this. Okay, we decided to set up a camera right here. The scrape is right up there, but all these trails converge into this little saddle right here, like all of them. There's trails there, there's trails coming off that, the scrape with the trail coming to here, and they're all coming through this little area right here. So we're going to set a camera right there. That way we can try to capture everything coming through an area, not just right over there on that scrape. But yeah, you can see the deer trails coming through this little low gap here. So we'll probably be back to check that whenever we hunt in November. Hopefully have some big bucks on it. Aaron's throwing up another camera right here. This isn't even a spot that we planned on visiting or anything or looking at today, but we just happened to funnel down through it following some really heavy deer trails. These deer trails are going up through here on the side of the stick, or on the side of the steep edge. And there was what looks like an old scrape right here, and we went ahead and kicked it out again right here underneath this branch. But there was a ton of deer tracks right back that way, so we're gonna throw a camera up on this split tree right here and finish going down to the bottom. Put up another camera. Aaron's kicking out a scrape that we found last year on this old logging road that goes way up into the mountain. Right about maybe 150 yards that way, I was sitting up on this ridge and shot my biggest Tennessee buck. Ended up being a really white racked 9-point. He come off here chasing a doe, and I ended up shooting him right here in this bottom, November 29th. But as we were dragging him out, we ended up finding all these scrapes running along this roadbed here, and we think he may have been the one making them. There was also a bunch of rubs, but we're going to throw a camera up this year and see if there's any other ones in here. But yeah, we got this camera up. He's making the scrape. As soon as he's done, we're going to go back to the car and we're going to go check out one more spot today and then call it. We're at the next spot. We're at the next spot, and Aaron's taking us through the thickest stuff imaginable because he said this is a good spot. He ain't ever even been here. Nope. It is pretty thick though. Aaron said we're on them because, Aaron, where did you even see that? Aaron said we're on them because he either found the absolute smallest deer poop or rabbit poop. Oh yeah, there's a good rub right there, and you were right, we were in them. Looky there.
I'm gonna shoot a 160 right here.
There's a little rub and another one. Aaron's right, but he did say he's gonna shoot a 160 out of this spot, so I don't know if that's realistic for where we're hunting at, but it can happen. Well, I'm on my knees inside of all this. What'd you just prime
hunting
terrain and whatever. Aaron says this is the spot, but there is some really good historical rubs in here, big ones. Cracking up, there's another one. Looks like another big one right over here. Another one up there. These might be bears. Bears probably snapped this right here over. All of this. And then there's another good one right over here. Or pretty good rubs. It's just super. I mean, you can't even shoot in there. It's so thick. So I don't know. We're gonna try to go deeper just a little bit to see if it opens up at all, but Aaron dragged us all the way back here.
To a mean looking spot.
Mean looking spot. It is straight down. I mean, you couldn't even walk down that. But there is some decent, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there is a decent trail going across here and coming across here, and it goes out to the end on this little flat here on the end of the ridge. So we're gonna go over there and see if it looks any better, but this right here, it's almost unhuntable. There's like, all these trees are enormous, the ones that you could actually get in. So I don't even know how you'd hunt this, but we're gonna make our way down to this little flat and see. We just came down off the ridge onto this little This little flat here. There's some white oaks and stuff, and a couple old small rubs. Nothing too interesting though. We're gonna keep going off this little point right here and see if there's any more sign. Went ahead and put this camera right here up. We found a small scrape right over there underneath that branch, but all these trails converge down this point right here to this little spot here. So we went ahead and kicked a scrape out here and a scrape out right here, just to get them to stop by this spot right here if they're either, you know, side hilling it on each side. That way we can definitely get all the deer that are coming through this area. But yeah, there's a nice trail coming straight down the middle right in front of the camera, but I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna head on out now. We ran out of cameras and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There are acorns falling everywhere we've been this morning, this afternoon. But no, it's actually about 1:30. Yeah. Here's what we can finding acorns, green acorns everywhere. There's some more up there. But I'm sure it's due to the drought.
Smell it.
There's another bed over there.
I can smell it.
There's a big bed right here. I'm sick, so I can't smell anything.
It smells just like our scent stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a pretty big bed right here.
You can see the white hairs in it.
Oh, is there? Oh yeah. There's white hairs in the bed there, and then looks like there was another one. There's another one right here, and there was one up there I seen. There might be a big Buc-ee's in this ridge. Well, makes us feel a little better. We wasn't too sure about this spot. Not a whole lot of sign once you get way up in here, but down at the bottom you seen all those rubs and stuff. A good buck sign, but then as soon as you started coming up into the top here, it just started diminishing like crazy. We found small rubs here and there, but now we're just gonna head off this ridge here. We're gonna try to get down to the bottom to the road, and then we're gonna walk the road all the way out. But it's been a good trip up here this time. We didn't spend as much time in here as we did last time when we hunted or when we scouted across the street or across the main road. But there's still good deer trails coming through here. But who knows, we'll probably be back here in late November to check all these cameras and oh gosh, something hit me in the eye, and hunt some of these areas. So we'll see you next time.